Alright, imagine this for a second. Apple's been quietly working on its first foldable iPhone, and if these leaks are even half true, this might be the biggest iPhone upgrade since the iPhone X. We're talking a completely new display tech, a design that could finally fix the crease problem, insane pricing, and yeah, even a possible delay. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack. First off, the name. There's a good chance Apple doesn't even call this thing a fold. Instead, leaks are pointing towards iPhone Ultra, which honestly makes sense. Apple loves reserving Ultra for its most over-the-top products. But to be fair, this isn't locked in yet, so iPhone Fold is still very much on the table. Now let's get into the interesting stuff. One of the biggest leaks right now is about the display, and this is where Apple might actually change the game. Instead of using a single layer of ultra-thin glass like most foldables today, Apple is reportedly going with a dual-layer glass design. Think of it like a sandwich. You've got one layer of ultra-thin glass on top, another underneath, and the display sitting right in between. And that might sound like a small tweak, but it actually solves a bunch of problems. For starters, durability. Right now, foldables are fragile, partly because the display is so exposed internally. But with this second layer underneath, the display is better protected from the hinge and internal components. Even more importantly, this could seriously reduce the crease, because instead of all the stress hitting one layer when you fold the phone, it's spread across two, which means less wear over time, and a much flatter display. And according to the latest reports, the crease depth could be around 0.15 millimeters. To put that into perspective, something like the Samsung foldables sits closer to around 0.7 millimeters, so this would be a big improvement. But, and this is important, it might not be the absolute best. Some competitors have already pushed the crease even further down to the point where it's almost impossible to feel. So Apple might not lead here, but they'll definitely be catching up in a big way. There's also talk about the fold angle being less than 2.5 degrees when opened, which basically means the screen should look almost completely flat. And honestly, that's exactly what people have been waiting for with foldables. Now, timing-wise, things get a bit messy. Apple has reportedly already placed orders for these displays, which lines up perfectly with a typical September iPhone event. So on paper, this could launch alongside the iPhone 18 Pro models, but there's also a strong chance it doesn't actually ship until later. We've seen Apple do this before. Big, ambitious products sometimes get announced early and then released weeks or even months later. And considering how complex a foldable iPhone is, a delay to something like December wouldn't be surprising at all. So yeah, announcement in September, actual release closer to the end of the year, very possible. Now performance-wise, it looks like Apple is sticking with 12 gigabytes of RAM. Not gonna lie, I was expecting 16 gigabytes here, especially for something that's supposed to be a productivity beast. But at the same time, iOS is pretty efficient, so 12 gigabytes will probably still feel smooth for most things. And speaking of productivity, this is where things get really interesting, because the foldable iPhone might finally bring true multitasking to iPhones. When unfolded, leaks suggest an iPad-style interface, meaning you could run two apps side by side, use sidebars, and basically get a much more desktop-like experience. Which is kind of wild when you think about it, because Android phones have had this for years. But if Apple does it right, it could feel way more polished and actually useful day to day. So essentially, you'd have a normal iPhone on the outside and something very close to an iPad on the inside. Now let's talk about the part that might hurt a little. The price. Leaks are suggesting around $2,300 for the base model, going up to nearly $2,900 for higher storage. And if Apple adds a 2TB version, yeah, we could be looking at over $3,000 for a phone. That's literally laptop territory. And part of the reason is component costs. Even things like RAM are apparently getting more expensive, and Apple is reportedly paying more than double for the same capacity compared to previous models. So yeah, don't expect this thing to be cheap. Also, base storage might start at 256 gigabytes, which honestly feels a bit low for a device like this. A lot of people were hoping Apple would start at 512 gigabytes instead. especially if this is meant to replace both your phone and tablet. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. At this point, the iPhone Ultra is shaping up to be one of Apple's most ambitious products ever. A completely new form factor, new display tech, a different software experience, and a price that basically screams this is not for everyone. But that's kind of the point. This isn't meant to be your average iPhone. It's Apple experimenting, pushing into something new, and trying to redefine what an iPhone can actually be. Now, whether they absolutely nail it on the first try, or it takes a couple of generations to get perfect, that's the real question. But either way, this is going to be a very interesting launch to watch. So, if you want to stay ahead of all the latest leaks and actually see how this thing turns out, you already know what to do. And trust me, the next few months are going to get very interesting.